Oh, good. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I feel like I missed you, and so many times I thought to myself, I'm definitely gonna call you and do scripts off
Oh yeah,
this. And I don't know, life gets in the way.
I know. I've been busy too, but that's good.
Good.
Business is busy.
That's awesome. That's so good. So,
Um,
what have you been
yeah.
doing?
What was that?
What have you been doing most? What's been your big thing?
Mostly expireds. We've had a lot of luck. So for as far as listings, so Bob still handles the listing. So what I do is I, pre-qualify and I do all the cold calling and I end up getting, paid through him. But I set like the listing appointments and pre-qualify and use all these scripts. And lately we've been having a good amount of success with that.
Oh my, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then when we're on, when we do like Zoom appointments, I join him in physical appointments sometimes if it makes sense. Join him for the listing just because, physical appointments now, I'm guessing we're just trying to be more cautious, less people in the house for the sellers if needed,
Right.
or if possible. But yeah, we got, let's see, so far in the past few weeks, we had three new signed, and then we have like three more that are working with, likely to be signed, and then what else? And they're all pretty good some of them are in downtown Boston, one's in Medford. It's all around where we live. One's in Newton, Medford, yeah, several in Boston, one in Newton, and one right in my neighborhood in Brighton actually. So, but these are all expired listings.
Wow, that's amazing. That's honestly how I started.
Yeah.
I was at Success Real Estate first, and I didn't really know. I mean, Rick was kind of teaching me. He kind of, he was there for a short period of time, so I followed him there. And there wasn't. I didn't really get it. I didn't understand it, and I think we had some sort of thing like Arch Agent or Reddit or whatever, and RedX. And I just didn't get it. But when I came to Keller Williams, all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, so many people in my database were expired. So that's how I felt like it was just easier. I didn't know them, but you can gain rapport quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get the hang of it, it's a lot easier too. Once you're doing it more, daily basis. So.
So what do you think? What would you like? Do you want to? I have, just powerful closes for prospecting up here. I don't know what you'd like to do.
Let me see. I'm just pulling this up on my. That's so hard to see. I'm pulling up my computer here. Whatever script. I mean,
I think
whatever script is helpful for you. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. I mean, I use them all at some point, I guess. Let's see.
I wonder.
And I bought. Where is it? I forget the name of the book. The Dakota said there was a book, or
the Book of Yes.
No, it's something different. Where did it go? It's like what to say. Something what to say in real estate or something like that. I can tell you because it's really, really good.
Oh my gosh, I would love if you would let me know.
I think hold on, I have it over here. Oh yeah, it's this book. It's a little. It says exactly what to say for real estate agents.
Let me see.
There's a ton of stuff. It's really, really good.
Really?
Yeah, it's not like it's a book that you write notes and take down like every. If the chapters are like 3 or 4 pages long, so it's not a book that you necessarily read through. It's one like, there are 24. Let's say I don't know how many. I didn't read the whole thing yet, but I think there are 24 chapters, and each chapter is just a different phrase for a real estate agent to say. So you just kind of have to take notes, and it's like obviously you can't memorize everything at once because there's so much, and you just kind of do it in piecemeal.
Oh, I found it came up. It must have heard you on my phone.
No, yeah.
Swear to God.
It did.
Because I punched in Amazon and I wrote exactly, and it said exactly what
Yeah,
the realtors. I'm like, are you kidding?
That's the one. Yeah, it's good.
I'll order that.
And that's what Dakota Riley said she uses, and it's helped her a lot. Some of these are pretty interesting. Like, instead of saying, do you know anyone who's in, who wants to sell, it's who do you know? And there's a lot of phrases to say to people who don't want to sell. Like, are you open-minded to listing your property rather than do you want to list? You open-minded, or
I wonder if she got that, that one that we were saying recently was kind of, so have you given up on the thought of selling your home? Do you use that on any of your expireds?
Sometimes, yeah.
I think that's a good one because it's like.
That's probably in this book. I haven't gotten through it, but I'm guessing she might have.
Yeah, because she's the one who said that line, which I found really easy to get people kind of on the defense. They go, oh, what? So.
I'd be surprised if that wasn't in here. There's a lot of. Let's say, would it help? Yeah. There's a lot in here. It's a good book. I mean, it's one that you just kind of keep next to you all the time and make notes, and because there's some that are really good. Like would you be open-minded? There's a whole chapter about that. Or let's see. I mean, what is your experience like with listing so what was your experience, or what is your experience with going with an agent? What is your experience with selling houses? Like, saying, if they've had a bad experience, rather than saying, oh, you were stressed, you say, what is your experience with that? Or how important is it that you move? And I mean, a lot of these are probably already known.
But sometimes, like, you forget how important it is on the word that you use. Like what we learned the other day, would you like me to handle the sale for you instead of,
I think that's it. Would you like me to handle the sale? I think that's one of these.
It's like,
but no, this is good. This is a good book, and
I just bought it.
Looked at it using the word but, I guess. So I'm not sure if this is for you, but, or I'm not sure if I can help you with the sale, but, and then that kind of gets their attention, I guess.
Yeah. So
this is an interesting book.
Words That Sell. Did you buy that one? That was a big.
What is it called?
Words That Sell.
Is that the one that Dave Jenks?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take
probably. I mean, it's good for probably writing and getting used to some things in your vocabulary. So I did buy it. I thought I can probably create a better like listing listing on MLS, because it has really great descriptive properties to it and different ways of using a word, and like a thesaurus, which I used to always love. But that was my favorite book ever. Like, what's a word? You want to do some, I have powerful closes for expireds. You're having a good run with those. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, no, that's, I guess the hardest part is still, I mean, usually when I get someone off on the phone, I guess the hardest part for me is still keeping the conversation short. I still tend to have long conversations, which it can be good if I end up getting an appointment because I already have a ton of information. But if I ended up, just talking for half hour and then saying, oh yeah, I'll follow up, then
it's so annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
It drives me crazy.
I mean, yesterday I had not yesterday, I think there was an expired listing on Saturday. I had a long conversation with them, set up an appointment. It was like, 30 minutes, and I learned a lot about it, and then realized yesterday morning they signed on with the other agent before meeting with us.
Yeah.
Because they were, we basically said, yeah, don't sign on. We're going to show you because,
go back to the same agent.
No, because they didn't like their previous agent. It was a friend, but they realized that the friend lived out in Worcester and it's too far away. and they were already, before I called, planning to interview, a local agent who lives right in the area too. And they must have, just because they were on such a time crunch, they probably thought, let's get this signed now so we can get the photos done, because they were really like, they had like 1 or 2 days to get their property on the market. So they were, I think that's why they were feeling so pressured, they just did it.
Yeah.
That was a tough situation. Otherwise, I think they would have listened to us, because we definitely could have helped. It was a tricky situation, but it
Well,
happens
why don't we do
sometimes.
this? Because even though this just says closes for prospecting, I don't know if you can see it. I do feel like you can use this with anybody, for sale by owner, it doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, and then let's see. Let me just pull it up. I'm seeing it on here. Okay, this a little bit.
This is just kind of basically, so let's say you're having that conversation with them and you're learning about them. How about, kind of call me and then try to get me to close the appointment. You can ask me a few questions, but maybe try to close it quicker.
Okay. Oh yeah, now I see this one. Okay. Yeah, what I've been starting with FSBO, so maybe we can try one of those after, but
Oh yeah,
it's harder with those. I think it takes more time.
it does. And I just had one, I was chasing him and I sent him, and he's
Yeah.
way overpriced, and now he just has an entry only with somebody from the Cape. And
That's what usually happens, is they get the information they want and then they say, all right, I'm going to list it on MLS, but I'm going to use, entry only.
Yeah, so he's at that point, and I'm going to call him today. I got to remember to write that down. Call him today to say, hey, how's that working out? Now that you have it in MLS, what's happening now? He's still going to get nothing.
Yeah. Do you have like a long list of FSBOs that you're following up with?
No, I don't. A lot of them have sold. But I usually do. I have a for sale by owner packet. I have some, information that I give them. I send them CMA. Basically, I give them everything. Not everything, but I give them a lot. And this guy's a little, I don't know. He's just. I insulted him. I asked him if I could be honest with him. I said,
Yeah.
do I have your permission to be honest? His sister made all the curtains in the house, and they're custom curtains. And I said, you need to take down all those curtains.
He didn't like that.
Needs to come down. He's like, well, it's been 50-50. Some people really like them. And I said, well, nobody's going to tell you they don't like them if they're looking to buy your home. That would just, but I'm telling you, honestly, you need to take them down.
He didn't like that.
I just thought to myself, I'd rather be honest. And if I was going to take the listing, I'd be like, you got to take it.
Yeah, I know. That's what we try to do. At least when I'm talking, I try to be as honest as possible and not, I don't like to call FSBOs and unless I really do have a buyer and say, hey, I have someone wanting to see your house. Because then if you don't, they end up saying, what he just wasted my time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I usually don't even say, I'll say I'll preview it and possibly I have a buyer. And
yeah,
but I was searching for a house for a client who was trying to buy a house, and I have them under contract on the sell side of their house, and we've been searching and searching. So they told me about a couple of areas to go to and a couple of streets. So I door knocked those streets, passed out flyers, and all of a sudden one comes on the market that I put something in their mailbox. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I go there before the open house. I get in. I end up getting our clients in and getting it under contract. And I said, I did door knock here. You got my paper in the mail, right? And they said, yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. Then my daughter-in-law is the agent. She just put it on like almost like an entry only. He goes, so I called my daughter-in-law after much discussion, and we decided it was time to go. I'm like, okay, you could have just called me.
I know.
She probably is in charge of them anything because she's not doing much. So, they're paying out a 2% fee. But I thought it was so funny. They may not have even decided to do that, but I put a paper in. It says clients up to 700,000.
Yeah.
Give me a call. So now I'm going to go through and call all those people and say, like, I have more buyers. I did bring a buyer into your neighbor's house. And they got it under contract, well over asking.
Yeah.
See what happens.
No, that's yeah.
Maybe
I'm doing some of those neighborhood calls too, so I need to do more of those. I haven't been focusing on those at all, but yeah. All right,
So
so let's.
why don't you call me and and you try to close me, and you may have to pick like 3 of these before you can close.
Oh, okay, so yeah, we'll just say, I
I
guess for
can,
the sake of practice, we're like partway through the conversation, or should we just start from scratch, or should we just say we're at the end?
you can call partway through. Maybe that's good because you know what to
Okay.
say.
All right, so hi Lisa. So I understand your situation at the moment. So if you could get what you wanted for this home now, would you put your home on the market today?
You know, I appreciate, the call that you're making, but I'm sure that it's not really the spring market. We're getting a snowstorm today.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you're right. We are getting a snowstorm, and it's a bit of a different market now than in the spring in a way, but at the same time, it's still a great time to sell. And we're getting top dollar for all our listings that we're putting on the market. And you said you had to be down in Florida by May, right? Is that still correct?
Yes.
Okay. And based on the time it takes to get your home on the market, get it properly exposed, and sell it, we need to get together as soon as possible. So let's set an appointment. Can I come over either tomorrow at 4 or Wednesday at 5 would be better for you?
Are you really sure that, this is a good time?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
And can you just tell me, what do you do different than all the other agents that call? Because they do get a lot of calls, but I feel like you sound like you know what you're doing, but what do you do differently?
Well, that's a good question. And let me ask you, so what is important to you? Because I know you didn't have the best experience before. So what is important to you for an agent? What do you want your agent to most represent that helps you sell your home?
Obviously the most money, and I didn't get a lot of feedback, so I didn't really know what was going on.
Okay, so I can make sure definitely we communicate with our clients on a daily basis, if not more. And getting feedback is very important because now you don't know what happened in the past, right?
Right.
And a lot of our experience is with expired listings, so we know what it takes to find out what didn't work, make sure that doesn't happen again, and make sure we can get it sold, in the price range that you're looking for as soon as possible. So I guess what we do different than other agents is we don't take listings just for the sake of putting them on the market. We take listings that we're confident that we can help the sellers get to where they want to be. And in this case, you want to be in Florida in several months, and now's the perfect time to sell. So let's say Wednesday at 3 or Thursday at 4, which is better for you?
Thursday at 4 works great.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you then.
Excellent. Yeah, so like you used 3 different scripts, right, to close.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
No, that's usually what ends up happening.
It's hard to
sometimes it's almost when someone agrees to meet like too soon, it's almost like, okay, because I think that person who I spoke with the other day in Brighton, like they just said, yeah, let me come by and talk to you, and you can compare our proposal to this other agent's. She was like, oh yeah, great. And then it was like almost like after I set the appointment, I was, I followed up with her, and then she said, okay. And then she gave us some information the other night, like, oh yeah, here's, looking forward to meeting with you. But I was almost at the point where I was like, I hope she doesn't cancel for some reason, because it was almost too good. It was like I had the conversation, then immediately she was like, yeah, come on over, be great. And then I was like, sometimes it's a little weird.
Yeah, sometimes it is weird. And at that point, it's almost like you just have to get up and say, I'll be right there.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, is wanted to say, I wanted to do it in the morning, but she was unavailable. And then the first time she was available, she said was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's when the other agent was going. I guess I could, but it does. I think they made the decision overnight anyway. So unless we went that day, like a Saturday would have been the day to go, because they made a decision overnight, one way or another, that they were going to go with this other agent.
So crazy.
Still don't know why.
I know. I've lost listings by having it's been too many days in between. Ugh, so
no, that's the hard part. It wasn't even. It was like I made it on Saturday afternoon for the next day. So, and it was usually, sometimes I do like 2 days but yeah, it's usually what we do is we do like a Zoom meeting or something when we're not competing and with another agent, when there's not like a specific time frame. Otherwise, we're obviously, go out to the property.
Right.
Yeah, I just think, I guess, now looking back at it, there's nothing that, only thing he could have done, I mean, you can't force someone not to sign with another agent. You can recommend it, which they did, but at the end of the day, I think there was someone else besides her boyfriend, who was probably already made the decision to go to this other agent. So
Yeah.
I don't, yeah,
It's, we
it's
just have
tough.
to stand next. Because
That's the thing. Yeah, they'll, not everyone can be perfect. If it is, if you keep getting every single listing, and at some point you're not going to get them. I mean, it has to even out. So,
oh,
but yeah, let's see. You want to try?
let's
You
do
want to
another
switch?
one, and I'll try to. Yeah. So we'll switch. So let me see.
Okay.
So Matthew, I understand that you didn't sell the first time, but if you felt absolutely confident that you could sell your home now, would you sell it?
I mean, I don't know. I want to move, but I don't know if now is the right time. I kind of want to wait till the spring. There's a lot going on, with the pandemic, and I just don't want to really move in the middle of the winter, to be honest.
Well, if you could get what you wanted for your home now, would you put it on the market today?
I don't know. I just don't want to, I don't really want to put it back on the market, because it's just, it's now, especially when we're getting all this nasty weather, it's tough. I'd prefer just to wait until the spring. But I'd be glad to, reach out to you in the spring if I decide to sell again, if that's okay.
Well, that's great, but it will only take me 15 minutes to show you how I get top dollar for the homes that I sell. It would be worth 15 minutes of your time to be absolutely sure you were going to receive the most money for your home. You want to net the most money possible, right? Let's set an appointment
Yeah.
today.
Oh, sorry.
Let's set an appointment today.
We'll tell you, I mean, can you is it possible to do it virtually? Because at the moment, it's just a lot going on in my house. I don't know if I want people coming over, and, we kind of want to think about what we're going to do next. But if you can do it, virtually, is that okay?
Absolutely. We can totally do that. We could do that virtually on Tuesday at 3 or Friday at 4.
I guess let's do Tuesday. I just want to make sure, though. I mean, this isn't like, I'm not really ready to sign anything at the moment. Is that okay? This is just kind of a consultation.
Absolutely. If you had a proven
Okay.
plan for getting your home sold for top dollar, would you use it?
If it was guaranteed, yeah, sure.
Okay.
But I mean, that hasn't been experienced in the past.
Well, let's get together over Zoom and I'll show you that plan. So which works better for you, Tuesday at 4 or Friday at 3?
Tuesday at 4 works well. That sounds good.
I'll see you then.
Okay. That's good.
Bouncing around to another one.
Yeah, you kind of just got to keep bouncing around. Eventually they'll,
And even
like,
though,
all right.
yeah, did it feel pushy?
Not really. I mean, whenever that's the thing I worry about when I read directly from a script. It seems like it sounds pushy, but it didn't really feel pushy. It just felt like, I don't know. No, it didn't really feel pushy. It just felt like it was more like, all right, like for me, I was like, all right, I'll set the appointment just to talk, but really have no intention of signing anything.
Yeah. And that happens. Sometimes people will go, I'm not signing anything. And I'm like, that's perfectly fine. And I get there and they're like, well, yeah, this sounds like a great idea. And hey, just let's sign it up now. And, there's a lot to do, making your house prepared for the market. So, we don't have to go on the market for another month. How does that sound? So then the pressure is off of them, Just gonna jump over here one second.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Do you want to do a FSBO script?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
So I feel like having those scripts in front of you, like in my office, I usually go in the little booth and I stand up and I do my scripts, and sometimes I have that massive board, but so I ended up putting like a cork board in there, and I mean, not many people go in there, so I kind of made it my little space, right?
Yeah.
So I have it there. Rick went in the other day and he's like, this is awesome. I'm like, of course it's awesome. Like, because he usually stays in the office and I go in the little booth. I'm so distracted by everything. So
Yeah, I need peace and quiet too when I'm making
yeah.
calls. So
And he was like shocked at how, and I probably have 4 scripts in there and he loved it. So I was like, see, it's awesome.
these are mostly FSBOs, or these are just all the script, like different
All
scripts.
scripts. Yeah, a lot of them are expired and some of them are circle dials around listings that we have. Well, so today I intend on contacting all those people I passed notes out to. I might even, send them, and some of the people I might just write a little note and say, hey, I just want to let you know that my client found a house, but I do have other buyers. And they see, hopefully in my mind, they're going to be like, oh, she wasn't kidding. That wasn't a bunch of BS. She did bring a buyer in. So hopefully maybe someone else in that neighborhood will want to sell. Because when one sells, they say there's a really good chance of another one selling right away.
Yeah, no, now's the perfect time because they know, it just sold and you brought a buyer, so they know it's real.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah.
Exactly. And we actually just we haven't signed the PNS yet, but we plan to. So
Good.
So
Well,
do you see the for sale by owner script here?
yeah, let's see. Let me pull it up on my computer. I think this is the one I've seen. This is the Mike Ferry one, right?
Yes.
Because I've seen.
What?
Oh yeah, the red X. This is the classic Mike Ferry. Yeah, red X has a lot, but this is one of the ones. For the little. I've been doing some FSBOs, and this is one of the scripts I use. There are a lot of good ones on the red X site. Is that where you got this or no?
I don't even know. I go on and I search and I screenshot and I send them here. That's how I do
it. Well, this is called 10 Finest FSBO Scripts to Land More Listings in 2021. That's the name of the website. It's on RedX. And this is on there. If you just search, I just searched it on Google and they're all good scripts.
On RedX?
Yeah, it's on RedX called the 10 Finest FSBO Scripts to Land More Listings in 2021. It's a blog, but it's really good. Just has the list and you can pull them up individually. Mike Ferry's the first. This is the first one on there. And then there's a couple more.
Pick whatever you like.
Yeah. I mean, there's one, let's see. I mean, I like this Mike Ferry one. There's one more I kind of like better. It's the second one. I'll try. If you want to be, I guess, a FSBO, I'll just read through the script and see what
I'll be
happens.
a tough FSBO.
Okay. I'm just going to read the script. That's it. Nothing else. So see if this works. So, hi, my name is Matthew, and I wanted to chat about your home listed for sale at 128 Main Street. Are you the homeowner?
I am, yes.
Okay, great. I work with Keller Williams Realty and understand why you're listing by owner with homes going so quickly right now. And is it still available?
It is, but it's really busy. I'm getting so many people in.
Okay, and how are things going with the sale at the moment?
Well, I think, it's been great. Lots of people have come over.
Congratulations. And I was actually calling because I might have some buyers who would like to see the property. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Sure. I'd love it.
Okay, and I'd love to set up a time and iron out the details on that. So is there a good time that you can meet?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe some offers are going to come in. So I don't know. I'm home after work at 5 tomorrow. Does that work? Do you have a buyer, you said?
Yeah, so I have buyers. I have multiple buyers who are working in this area. And what I want to do, I want to see the property and talk with you more and figure out how I can help, both you and my buyers to get it sold. So yeah, if you're available tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I'd love to meet with you then.
Well, I'm not paying anything. I mean, I'm selling it on my own. So you know that, right?
Yeah, so you're not, so my question, that's actually my next question is, are you working with buyer's agents if they bring a qualified home buyer and bring in, an offer to you, present an offer?
Can you tell me what that means?
Yeah, that means if I'm working with someone who I've already vetted out, pre-qualified the buyer, that they're serious, and that they're going to make a serious offer on your home, that is less likely to fall through because they've gone through all the preliminary steps, because of working with a professional agent like myself, that you would give, compensation, which is pretty standard throughout Massachusetts when a buyer agent brings a buyer.
Okay, that sounds okay if it's a good buyer.
Yeah, that would be great. And so, yeah, tomorrow at 5, look forward to meeting with you then.
Pictures online, do you have to come to the house?
Do I have to come to the house? No, but it would be preferred so I can take a look, because the only way to really see the home for my buyers, I want to make sure it's going to be the right fit. And although the photographs are great, you can't really see a home until you're in it.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll talk to you tomorrow at 5.
Excellent.
All right. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. And, it's good to say, I love what you said about, I vetted these buyers, they're prepared. Where are they going to get those kind of buyers? Only with an agent. They're not going to get
Right.
a buyer.
Yeah, I just kind of, that wasn't even part of here. The script ended kind of abruptly because it said, after it says, is that something you'd be interested in bringing a buyer? It only says, if yes, set a time to meet. It doesn't say what happens if they say, well, I guess if no, then you just kind of stop. I don't know. And
Yeah.
then
you
I
try
just kind of,
powerful closes, well,
yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
Do you wanna try one? A FISBO one?
Sure.
Okay.
Hi, this is Lisa with Keller Williams, and I'm calling about the home for sale at 123 Main Street. Is this the owner?
Yes, this is Matthew.
Well, Matthew, I'm doing a survey of all the for sale by owners in the area, and I was wondering, if you sold this home, where would you go next?
You know what? I'd probably stay somewhere in the area in Massachusetts. I like it, but I haven't, not 100% sure yet, to be honest.
Well, how would you rate your motivation to move on a scale of 1 to 10?
I mean, I'm definitely motivated. I'd maybe say about an 8 or so at the moment.
Cool. Well, what methods are you using to market your home?
Just however you found it. What website did you see it on?
I saw actually drove past the sign, and then I saw it on Zillow.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's just. I mean, I put it on Zillow, and people told me that if I put it on some other sites as well, I think it should be on most of the sites at the moment. Zillow and I think Redfin.
Can I ask you, Matthew, how did you determine the sale price?
I actually talked with a couple agents. I have a friend who's an agent. He gave me some advice and said, that this was comparable. Also the home right down the street sold for less than this, and mine's much larger, has a much nicer yards and better condition. So if that thing can sell for 300,000, mine's definitely worth 325,000.
Wow. Are you prepared to adjust your price down when working with a buyer?
No, I don't think I'll need to. I mean, I've been told by agents that this looks like a fine price, and I don't think I'll need to adjust the price. And I've already received a lot of interest in the home.
Well, why did you decide to sell it yourself rather than list with a real estate agent?
Save money. I mean, I don't really want to pay the 5% commission. In this way, I'm saving a good chunk of money that I can use on my next home.
I get that. So if you were to list, Matthew, which agent would you choose to list with?
You know what? Probably just my friend, because he's helped me out and he already knows the property. But I honestly don't even think I'm going to need to use him, because this thing I think it's going to go pretty quickly.
Awesome. If you were to list, what would you expect the agent to do to get your home sold?
Well, I expect them to sell it for, more than I could on my own, definitely, and do it quickly. Otherwise, it really wouldn't be worth my time.
You're right. So, well, Matthew, it's been on for a little bit. So how much time will you take before considering interviewing the right agent for the job of selling your home?
I haven't really thought of that, because it's been on, it has been on too long. It's been like a couple weeks, but I've had, a lot of showings, and at the moment, I am really not thinking of putting it on with an agent, to be honest. I mean, it'd have to be a while, like maybe 6 months.
Have you had any offers?
Did have a few offers. They were a little lower than what I had liked. So I mean, but like I said, there's been a lot of interest otherwise.
Well, what has to happen before you consider hiring a powerful agent like myself for the job of selling your home?
Um, like I said, I don't know. I think it would have to be a while. I mean, do you have a buyer who is interested in buying? Is that why you called?
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, I was doing a survey because I was really kind of curious as to why people sell homes on their own and not hire somebody. So I'm wondering, are you familiar with the techniques I use to sell homes?
Um, no, but you said you were with Keller Williams, right?
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah, I know Keller Williams, but no, I don't know the techniques.
Well, what would be the best time that I can show you what I can do to sell your home?
Um, you know what? It would be great if you could just can you send me an email with like your marketing approach and packet and stuff like that? I'd be glad to take a look at it.
Well, you know what I think would be great is if I could take a walk through, and just kind of look at it with like through the eyes of a buyer, and I can bring that with me and I could come in if you're available on Tuesday at 4.
I'll tell you what, you can come Tuesday at 4 if you bring a buyer. Does that seem fair?
I would prefer to preview first, especially during COVID times. My clients want me to make sure the property would fit them. They don't want to shop around at a lot of homes. So if I could come and check first, and if Tuesday at 4 doesn't work, Wednesday at 3 is also available.
Okay, so you think it might be a fit? You think you might have a buyer for this home? You just want to take a look at it first? Is it?
Correct. And I'll also,
Okay.
if it would just take me 15 minutes of your time, and I'll show you what techniques I use to sell homes. And if you decide that you want to hire an agent, you'll have a powerful agent working for you if that happens.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think what you say Tuesday at 4, that
Mhm.
works. You can come over and I'll take a look, and hopefully it'll be a good fit for one of your buyers, and we can make a transaction happen.
Excellent. I'll see you then.
All right, great.
So, I mean, even if you don't have a buyer and you can kind of,
Yeah.
I mean, especially right now, I think we can, with COVID, we can, really work things out that we can get there without the buyer.
Yeah, no, no. Now you can kind of say, my clients don't feel comfortable just until I've vetted the property for them or something like that.
Right.
They're being cautious, or you could say, I want to be cautious to you and bring less people to your house.
Yes,
Like
that's even
put it
better.
on them, yeah, and say,
You're
you
so
know what, I don't want to, I just want it to be me, and I've been careful. I've been, you can say, I'm making sure to stay safe. So
That's
where
actually
I'm
a
at.
better idea. I want to make sure I don't bring somebody to your house. That's perfect.
Yeah, say something like that. But yeah, I mean, FISBO's the experience I had. It's more like that. It's tough. I don't think it's almost impossible unless they're an old FISBO to get them to convert over the phone. I mean,
Hmm.
you can get an appointment, like, can I preview your home? But it's almost impossible for them to say, like, if they just listed it within a week or two, to say, yeah, I'll. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's much harder, I think.
It is because right now everybody's like, oh, everything is selling. Like this guy, I got to make sure that I go and see him. And not see him because he lives down the Cape. Well, there's another thing. I said, you live all the way down the Cape. That's okay. It takes me only 45 minutes to get here. Well, what about tomorrow with the snow? So
Yeah.
I think I might call him later today I'm jumping in the office. I didn't get in there early enough to start, you know.
Oh
But
yeah.
um, so I know it's 9:15 almost. I'm going to get an appointment. I promised myself I'm getting an appointment today.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a lot of expired calls in because now the first of the month there's a good amount, so I have a
Yeah,
lot of calling.
perfect
So
time, and it's February, so it's like, well, even if we prep you, it's going to be March, which is like early spring. We got to get you on the market today.
yeah, the only hard thing about making an appointment today is I know probably not going to see anyone until Wednesday or Thursday because of the storm, but
Exactly.
still,
You're
yeah,
so right.
do a
But at
Zoom
least,
appointment.
yeah, we could do
That's
Zoom
perfect.
appointments, and
Yeah, but tell them
those are
like,
great. And you can send the paperwork to be signed.
yeah, exactly. You can tell them, be like, you're not working tomorrow, the snowstorm, right? Perfect. Do a Zoom appointment. Like
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
staying in the house. All right, great.
Just show me your house. Can you walk around with your phone and just show me
Yeah.
everything, and people
That'd
might.
be perfect. Yeah. So that we'll see. Making some calls and hopefully we'll both get a couple appointments.
Absolutely. So I'll see you on Wednesday, I hope.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
awesome.
That was good. I think maybe it's because the offices, people thought it was closed. Is the office closed today? No.
No, because there's nobody on. It surprised me.
Yeah.
I think the
Nope.
scripts are still on, and I saw it come up, and then Bill Stone has paperwork. I hope he can get in here. Oh, I think he's at 10. He has a buyer paperwork class. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I see that. Okay. Huh.
People,
Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know why it's so quiet, but you're right. People called last night, the school for my daughter. It's closed today and tomorrow already. She only goes once a week anyway.
Yeah, maybe they closed the office because of the storm. I don't know.
It's crazy.
Maybe not. I don't know.
We're all so wimpy now.
I know.
All right. I will see you on Wednesday.
All right, Lisa.
Thanks, Matthew.
Get some appointments today.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Contest. Bye.
Okay, well, all right. Bye.